Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Now, I wonder if you're like me. I don't like taking medicine unless I absolutely have to. I don't even take aspirin unless the headache is just so bad because I just don't like to put things in my body that aren't natural. And we're going to talk to somebody who's a certified master herbalist. She's also the lady behind CMOSgoddess.com. Yes, I said CMOS, stuff that, call it, grows in the ocean, can really help you and be beneficial, and maybe make it so you don't have to take medication. Chantell Green is back with us. Hi, Chantell. How you doing?
Hi, Steve. How are you? I'm great.
Very well. Good to have you here. And one thing I really want to dig into today is, and I hear this a lot lately, and it might be because people are more stressed out and anxious than usual, but stomach issues. A lot of people have problems with their stomach, whatever it might be. On a herbal side of things and a natural side, what could you suggest for people going through issues like that?
Well, Steve, I'm gonna say CMOS.
And I'm glad you did.
With a gel because it helps like soothe your stomach from cramps. It's good for your menstrual cycle to help make it lesser. It's good for constipation. It's also good for your gastro, problems and stuff like that with your stomach gas, inflammation, because it's an anti-inflammatory. And it's just a great product to have, a natural product to have to just cleanse your body of to detox it of toxins and stuff from your stomach as well, because we all have toxins and parasites that live in our bodies. So CMOS helps to replenish our bodies from all those unnatural and harmful things to our body that cause pain in your stomach and stuff like that, and cause your stomach to be upset. And it's also good for weight loss and bloating from the stomach, because it helps with bloating from gas and different foods that we eat. So it's really good, especially like for Crohn's disease patients. A lot of clients that I have a couple of clients that has Crohn's disease, and it's a major, stomach problem that some people, it causes them to not be able to eat certain things or drink certain things. So with them taking CMOS, it helps to, put a coating or lining on the stomach. So it's really good for your stomach.
Not to get gross, but you said something before, and I heard it recently, so I'm going to go there. But parasites, we all have them. I know it's disgusting, and we all want to think, no, ew, I don't eat anything that's going to create that or cause that, but yes, it's the case. It's all going on down there. When that happens, when you get parasites, is it from what you're eating, or it's just a natural function of an animal? We're all animals, right?
Well, parasites are kind of tricky because you can get them from what you're eating, or you could a fly or something could light on something that you touched or whatever, So it's several different ways that you can get parasites. Some people get them from just swimming in pools, or even going to the beach. So it's a lot of different types of parasites that could travel inside your body. So CMOS does help keep your immune system built up, so it helps remove a lot of those toxins and waste and parasites that live in our bodies.
Gotcha. And the CMOS with probiotics, I always hear that it's so important to have certain bacteria in the gut, if you will. How does that help? How does CMOS foster a good environment for your stomach?
Well, CMOS is actually like a natural probiotic because it, like I said before, it helps, remove the toxins from your body, but it also put the good nutrients that our body needs, because it's filled with 92 vitamins and minerals in it. So it does have some probiotic, formulas in it that's naturally, they're the way God made it, but we're lucky that we're finding out about these different abilities that CMOS has to help replenish our bodies and to restore our bodies. And it's also funny too, because CMOS also help restore your brain and your mind. It helps you think clearer. So it's good for a lot of different things.
I am blown away about all the things that CMOS does. I gotta really be honest. I'm just like, It's amazing. It really is a superfood. I mean, if you want to put a label on something and call it a superfood, it's just amazing that more people don't know about it. But from my understanding, sea moss helped people survive centuries ago. When
Right.
I believe in Ireland, when there was a famine and potato was the main crop, there was
Yes.
nothing. So they
Yeah.
started eating sea moss. And that's how people survived in Ireland back in the day, way back in the day, right?
Yes. It's funny you mentioned that because that is so true. That's how they survive. So from learning that, we learned that we can survive off of sea moss. And I have a couple of clients that have went on like a sea moss diet, and that is all that they will eat. Like, if somebody's trying to get ready for a birthday, or something, they want to drop a couple of pounds real quick, sea moss would definitely be a great thing to try to do because it helps keep your body full. It help your stomach feel full, and it helps your brain function as a supplement that your body is full, because it all works together. Like your tummy and brain works together. So
Yeah.
the sea moss help keep you full and balance off that the appetite. It suppresses your appetite a lot. So
Really good point that you bring up there because the stomach and the brain are directly connected. For anybody that, and I know I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but I do know talking to people like that, there is a direct connection. What's going on here down below is talking up here. So you have to make sure they're both in sync. And it sounds like CMOS will do that. And I just started taking supplements, just vitamins and things like that. I haven't done it in years. To be honest, it was just up in the cabinet. And I said, you know what? I probably should be taking something. Maybe I don't eat as well as I should. I wouldn't need to with CMOS because
right.
everything is in there. What's the number? Like 92 out of 100 and something vitamins and minerals that your body needs is in CMOS.
Yes, it has 92 vitamins and minerals. So like all the vitamin C, the vitamin D, the vitamin A, the potassium, everything basically that our bodies need to function properly is in one little jar of sea moss,
Hmm.
which is so amazing, but it is.
It's also amazing that, let's say the Food and Drug Administration hasn't looked at it and said, hey, this is really good stuff, unless I'm missing something. Why do we not know more about it in 2022 now?
Um, well, it in certain areas, I would say it's beginning to become more popular,
Sure.
but I don't know. A lot of people are just haven't really done their research on it or even tried to give it a chance. But it's really remarkable, and it's something that they really need to look at if they really are trying to help people restore their health. So in a
Yeah.
natural way, in
I
a
believe
much cheaper
also.
way, because
Oh,
medication is very expensive, and most medications they always create another problem. So
well, to your
that's why
point,
I try to lean more towards the natural, way of healing or doing things with my body, and try to encourage people to think about doing the same. So it's all about marketing. I feel
I
like
was
it
just
hasn't
going to
been
say,
marketed enough. So that's
you beat me
what
to it.
I try to do, is market and promote the benefits of it, so people will know that it really works.
You beat me to it because I was just about to say that. And it's in the marketing side. Yes, we're talking about it now, but on a grand scale, why do we know about certain medications? Because big pharma has lots of money and they put that out there. And, so we instead of, we know about Prilosec, Nexium. I say those names right away. Most people, oh yeah, that's for stomach issues and whatever it might be, with the gut. Uh,
Yeah.
because a lot of dollars were put into that because the pharmaceutical industry is really big. And I'm sure that's part of what it is. Why we don't know as much, or we don't, not as many people know about CMOS. So on the other side of that, if somebody's experiencing any kind of stomach issues, any other products on your website that address that?
Um, I actually have the black seed oil is also very good for digestive and gas and stuff, different stomach issues, ulcers. Sea moss is great for ulcers too. I forgot to mention that part. But yes, black seed oil is also a great product that you can use, and it's all natural, and it's on the website. It also come in capsules that I make myself, or either you can get it in an oil form.
Gotcha. Yeah, as a master herbalist, what would be your go-to? Yeah, if maybe it's not something that you have available at this moment, but I've always heard, I mean, I think we mentioned once before, ginger, turmeric are good things if you have stomach issues. Anything else come to mind that would be good to take from the herbal side of things?
Um, yes, the chamomile tea is a very good tea or herb that you can use for stomach cramps and different, digestive problems also. It's really
Mm.
good.
Somebody, I don't know if it might have been you, but I stay away from tea because I don't want caffeine. And somebody
Mhm.
told me, I don't know if this is true, but chamomile doesn't have caffeine in it.
And that's true. Chamomile doesn't have caffeine in it. So yes, it's more like on the flower side of herbs.
Okay. All right. So it doesn't, I'm guessing, doesn't come specifically from tea leaves. It's more on the flower side.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
It's funny when you say the word tea, right away we think of one certain type of tea. You can make
Mhm.
tea from anything. Duh.
Right.
Like, that's
Yes,
what.
and I love tea. I don't drink like sweet teas, like that, but I like herbal teas. I drink herbal tea every night.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I sleep like a baby.
I gotta get back. I gotta get back on board here with on the natural side of things because it's again perception. I think tea is a certain thing. You could make tea out of, I think, pretty much anything. You could grab a dandelion if you could make.
Right. And it's so funny. You can make you can get fresh dandelion and make you some tea, out the yard or in a grassy area that you see it grown. And my brother, he's not certified, but he make a lot of herbal products also. So he recently made a product with dandelion, and he was telling me about how much weight loss he did, got from using the dandelion flower. And I was recently looking at a video. Someone actually they did like a deep fried dandelion. I've been
Wow.
saying I'm gonna try it, but I haven't tried it yet. But they deep fried the dandelion, which was pretty interesting.
It is interesting, Chantel, when you think about what you can do with things that are from nature. So I went to an event a couple of weeks ago. There's a couple of different chefs preparing things just as samples. It was just all fun. And somebody had grilled watermelon. And I looked at
Mm.
it and I'm like, wonder what that tastes like. It tasted like steak. I'm
Wow.
not I'm not kidding. It was so good, whatever he did with it. And it wasn't anything, there wasn't a lot of stuff going on there. It was a couple of greens and the grilled watermelon, but I want that bad.
Wow,
I
that
guess,
sounds good.
no, it was so good. It was so good. I guess the only downside is not a lot of nutritional value in it. But then on the flip side of that, if you just want a quick, appetizer that's going to fill you up. I know I'm digressing here, but we're mentioning, natural stuff and some things you don't realize until I'm sure you could Google grilled watermelon recipe and make something like that, pretty much similar to what he made. But there's a lot of things you can be doing if you are aware of it, just like with sea moss. Somebody might be tuning in right now and say they're talking about like seaweed, like stuff that grows in the ocean, and they're eating it and they're healthy and it's got all these 92 minerals and vitamins. Who knew? But it's something that's been around for a long time. Take me down
Yes, yes.
your life.
It really has.
I want to look at somebody like you, a certified master herbalist. What's your day like? What are you like today or even yesterday? You said tea before bed, a certain type of tea. Can you get a little specific? I'm trying to get inside your head, maybe inside your stomach. I don't know, but however you want to look at it.
Well, my daily routine is the first thing I do. I wake up in the morning and I get me a cup of coffee, and I put 2 teaspoons of sea moss in my coffee every morning. I drink it and I sit out on the patio with my puppy, and then I'm in the bathroom because it helped, clean your tummy out really good. So that's the best part of my day is the morning. And then I'll take a shower and get dressed for the day. And then I may have a salad or something, And it depends. Sometimes I'll make a salad dressing I make my own salad dressing. I may put a little sea moss in there. I try to infuse it in my food, especially with the kids. We're pescatarian, so we don't eat meat except my younger two. They not with it, so they like, we got to have our chicken wings. So I made a special seasoning that I use when I cook for the kids. I'll add it into my food too. I might grill some salmon or something and put it on there. It's sea moss goddess herbal seasoning. I came out with that last year on my birthday, but it's really good. So I use that a lot on a lot of my food. But I got a little lazy doing quarantine. I'm not gonna lie. I used to work out and walk a little bit, but since COVID, I kind of slowed down on my exercise and a lot of things that I was doing more socially in the community. I'm not, as outgoing as I was before. So I kind of stay in, unless I just have to go out, I'll send my kids out to get stuff or order it online. But I'm mostly inside, working. I use like 2 days out of the week to do my shipping. So yesterday was shipping. I normally do it on Wednesday, but I had my podcast to do. So I do my shipping on Wednesdays and Thursday. Normally my children, I hired them as employees, so they work for me. My youngest daughter just went back to school, so she's a senior, so she's not able to put in a lot of, stuff into the business like she was this summer. But my son, he backs me up and helps, support me a lot, him and my oldest daughter. So we spend a lot of time together, fussing, packing orders.
You talked about tea. Now, before bed, you have chamomile tea. Typically, that's part of your daily routine as well.
Honestly, I don't have chamomile tea every day. I make this Sleepy brand tea that I make personally. A lot of stuff that I make, I haven't put it on the website. I may get a call locally. Someone may ask, do you have anything to help, me to sleep? And I will make up, stuff like that. So a lot of stuff that I make, I use it for myself too. I'm always testing it on myself first. Let me see how well this works. So with the Sleepy Time tea blend that I made, I haven't put it on the website yet, but I do take it every night because sometimes I wake up, during the middle of the night. So I've been trying to find something to help me sleep better since I'm not as active as I used to be.
So if I heard you right,
definitely does it.
When it comes,
and I try to use just a little bit of water, because the less water you use, it makes the tea more potent. So, and I just let it sit for about 20 minutes, and then I drink it before I close my eyes.
And that makes a difference, knocks you out.
Yes.
Interesting. And people take melatonin, and I heard recently that we take too much melatonin. Like if you're like, it's not going to, you should not be taking 5 milligrams, or 10 is typically the most. It's like a fraction of that, because that's what your body makes. Your body's not making 5 milligrams of melatonin. It's way too much, because it doesn't work for me. I might sleep one night and then that's it. I don't take it anymore. It doesn't do anything for me. But somebody told me, scientifically, we all take too much melatonin. I want to go back to your CMOS regimen. If I heard you right, it's basically 2 tablespoons a day is what you take.
2 teaspoons. You can do 2 teaspoons or either 1 tablespoon. So I do like 2 teaspoons in my coffee in the morning, and I do add it's this almond-based creamer. It's a plant-based creamer. I add that to it, and I just drink it. And it really doesn't have a taste at all. To me, it doesn't. It does have a texture, because it's like a jelly texture. So that's why I like to use it in a tea or in coffee, because once you add the hot water to it, it kind of dissolves. So it's not as thick as it would be if you just take it on a spoon. So the other day I wasn't feeling too good. So I took like a teaspoonful of the sea moss, and it's the texture. The sea moss is not that bad, but it's just the texture. A lot of people say it's just the texture, and it's the texture for me. So I try to, put it in my coffee. That's how I take mine.
How would you describe it? Somebody said it's sort of like not gritty like applesauce, but sort of, that consistency.
Yes, it does it does have that consistent like texture.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. It does have that texture of like an applesauce, but it's not gritty. And I've had some clients to tell me, well, I bought some sea moss from someone and it was gritty. This is my thing. If you purchase some sea moss from someone and it's gritty, 9 times out of 10, they didn't clean it correctly because it shouldn't be gritty at all. It's a process to how you clean it because it's filled with sand. It's filled with salt. Sometimes there's seashells in it when I'm cleaning it. So it's a process that you have to really take your time and put your heart and mind.
Oh, we lost you there. Oh, and you're back.
I'm sorry. I was trying to do this for my iPad, but it didn't work. So I had to do it for my phone, and people just keep calling me.
Because they want CMOS. That's why. Yes, they're ordering CMOS.
That's lose my thought. What was
no, well, we're talking about the grittiness, and I'm now I'm
yes, the grittiness. So it's a right way that you have to prepare it. So if you get any and it's gritty, then they may have left some sand or salt, in there. They probably didn't clean it the right way.
It's funny when even before you said sand, I was actually thinking of that, and I'm thinking to myself, could it actually be sand inside there that, has a little gritty texture? But yeah, I guess so. But, if somebody's listening or and thinking, oh, well, guess what? It's that natural coming from the ocean, and there's sand in the ocean, but it's so good for you. So if it's prepared properly and cleaned, and we'll call it process because it's a process that, you put it through to make sure that it's the best it can be. Where do you get it from? I know there's different places around the country. If I remember correctly, St. Lucia is one of the islands that is pretty good for sea moss. Then Ireland as well, but it's a different type of sea moss, correct?
There are some different types, but me personally, I know there's the purple. And then I like the Irish sea moss. So me personally, when I first started taking sea moss myself, I used the Irish. And I know for me, the benefits that I received. And then when I went into business and started to sell the Irish sea moss, I got so many great reviews from the Irish. But I get calls all the time. People like, do you have any purple sea moss? And I'll say no, but I know someone that do, and I can refer you to them. Me personally, I'm not trying to sell the purple sea moss because I've never tried it, but I know that the Irish works perfectly. So I have no doubt that it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. And when I first started with the sea moss, I wasn't assured enough to the benefits of it until I started getting reviews back. People would call me and be like, oh my God, I can't believe this stuff works so well. So like, I speak highly of it now. Like, I have no doubt that when I tell you, okay, this is going to help with whatever problem that it is that you're having, it'll work. Like, I'm very strong. I'm a strong believer of it now.
Yeah.
So,
well, I have to be honest with you. We have just about a minute left, but I'm going to go on your website and order. And you know what it is? It's like, and there it is. Give me that. It's like you hear about it over and over, and it's like, why people make a purchase based on logic. So, and there could be a new product, and sea moss is new for a lot of people. Maybe first time you're hearing it today, and you wonder, it's like, well, it sounds good. Then you hear more about it and more. So I'm hearing more and more and more, especially us talking about it. Logically, duh, why wouldn't you? 2 teaspoons a day, and you can be that much healthier in so many different ways. And again, the part that, aside from you having a great product, is it's been around for centuries. Is like hundreds of years. Let's call it that. Hundreds of years. There's a reason, because it's helped people so along, and then we studied it and found that it's got all those minerals and vitamins in it. SeaMossGoddess.com. 2 D's in Goddess, 2 D's and 2 S's, by the way, in case you can't spell Sea Moss Goddess. It's got 2. Great talking with you, Chantell. Thanks for the insight. And I got to tell you, I love your passion. I really do.
Thank you. It was my pleasure talking to you as well.
Yeah, good to have you here, and hook up sometime and go to the website. I'm going there, cmossgoddess.com.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.